Why can't you measure a snake in inches? Wait, I messed it up. Sorry, why do you have to measure a snake in inches?
Because they're long.
Because no feet. My name is Eli Johnson, and I'm a film major here at FCC. In, I think, middle school was when I did take a couple of film classes, made some, I'm sure, really cheesy, looking back on it, films with, at the time, even some retro technology, I'm pretty sure. But I really enjoyed it. And in high school, I was taking these different theater classes, I was taking, writing classes, all of these things, and I was still being very creative, but it was kind of understood at that age that, all right, that's fun, but you gotta do something that's gonna pay the bills, you gotta do something that's gonna be dependable, and that wasn't seen as an option. I grew up with parents that had very traditional jobs, and since I was good at medical things, I just ended up flying through that and getting a bunch of certifications before I even graduated. Right out of high school, I started working medical jobs. Like straight 18 working medical jobs. And I was really good at it, and I did really enjoy it, and I did continue working and getting more education, continuing courses and classes, and then COVID happened. And I think that changed everything. For me, I really needed a change. There was a part of me that always wanted to do something more creative. And I had always heard, people saying you're supposed to get your practical degree first and then you're supposed to do something fun. However, I'm finally at a point where working my practical job, I'm able to fund something that I actually really want to study and that brings me a lot of joy. Something that, if you think about work when you're not at work, you're like, oh man, I should be getting paid for thinking about this for an hour of my off time. Whereas I think of things for, motion graphics, and I think of film things, and it's joy. So I always had that part of me, and I just really wanted to embrace it. So I had all my prerequisites done, and I just wanted to take film classes. Let's just try it, let's do something about it instead of just going with the practical route that I was always encouraged to do. And I was not prepared for just how awesome it is over here, especially compared to the other colleges I've gone to. After COVID, I wanted to look for things that brought me joy, so it included dressing the way that I wanted, it included gender expression, and it included coming here, and it's been so encouraging to continue looking for those things. I highly recommend anybody have these professors. I absolutely cannot recommend that enough. Jason has a quality that I found in other creative professors and creative teachers I've had in my lifetime, that he is not a man of many words, but when he does, it really matters. He wants to see you grow, he wants to see you succeed, but he's not gonna baby you. If you are gonna figure it out and he knows that you're gonna figure it out, he's gonna let you flail for a second because he knows you're gonna make it, he knows you're gonna be fine. He lets you grow. And for someone like me who I have to do things often repeatedly to actually get it to sink into my brain, that's extremely helpful, as well as it is so rewarding once you do whatever you're trying to accomplish and you know that you are capable and you have that understanding and that faith in yourself, as well as you understand that he believes in you and he believes that you could get there. That means so much coming from anybody that's teaching you. I am absolutely a fan of his style of teaching and his snark. It's very welcome. I think he's fantastic. I think they really scored getting him here. Don't tell him I said that, his head will get big. The joke is often made that Melissa and Jason are good cop, bad cop, and it's a joke, obviously, but I feel like Melissa is definitely someone that wears her heart on her sleeve. You can tell that she's passionate about it, and I have actually gone home and told my friend, I love having someone who I'm trying to figure something out, they don't know the solution, and they go, I'm gonna go home and check this over the weekend in my own time, and then is so thrilled on Monday when they go, I figured it out, because that's amazing. It is a collaborative learning. She is a great foil to Jason in a lot of ways between the two of them. That from both of them, you do feel cared for, just in different ways. So if you're not vibing with one, I'm sure you would vibe with the other. Both are very good at adjusting they're learning, and I've seen it in real time between different students that they have had for any amount of time. They understand that someone needs to be talked to a certain way or someone has a different style of learning. They're extremely adaptive to that. I don't know the last time I walked into a class and not only did I know everybody in my class by name, but I was excited to see all of them. I also can't ever remember a time when I knew that the professors and all of my classmates were all cheering me on. They all wanted me to do well, and they were all excited for me. Anytime we do critiques in the class, anytime we just have questions for each other, everyone is so willing to just, weigh in and just help you out. I don't think I've ever asked someone for help and they've said no, or I don't want to, or anything like that. They're always wanting you to succeed and explaining things as best as they can. It's really wholesome, I think is the word I want to go with. I mean, the 2 days a week that I come in for class and I know that everyone's going to be there, I look forward to it. Sometimes I show up a little early on purpose because I know that a lot of my other classmates will be there on purpose. Even students that, if they're part of a different class and I just happen to see them, it's always understood that we're starting on a basis of general friendship. It's just friendly. As someone who is queer, I will say that arts classes tend to be incredibly inclusive, especially at FCC. Especially when it comes to gendering and pronouns, I couldn't ask for better. Especially with Jason in particular, I will say he does my favorite thing, which is just, you're just another person. It's no big deal. We're just gonna move on. We're not gonna make it a thing. We're just moving on. He takes you at the way that you present yourself and what you say, and he just goes, all right, that's you. Which is all you want, quite frankly. As someone who has gone through different phases of gender expression and a couple different pronouns where I've landed, I don't know that I have been so blatantly accepted so smoothly in other classes. Film people just get it. Film people, it's not a big deal. It's almost expected that you're just somewhere and that they're just gonna meet you where you are. I love that. I really like that. I feel so welcome and so safe, which is really something I don't take for granted. I have friends that are very creative. A lot of them don't have necessarily creative jobs, but they are insanely creative people. And the more time I spend around people like that, I swear it brews something in you when you're around people that just go, yeah, and that are willing to just, pile on with you and create these ideas, and just being around them just feeds that spark in you to make something. And then you're so excited to show each other, even if it's something really silly. It's just like the thing you saw on Pinterest. They are so proud of you and you're so proud of you, and it strengthens a friendship and helps inspire you to keep moving. One of my best friends coming to the film festival and just cheering me on so hard, knowing that I really didn't have a lot in there, but she was there to clap and cheer and talk all about it. You can't manufacture that kind of encouragement. Frankly, someone has to mean it for it to really work. Did you know that Spider-Man has a winter coat made out of Mediterranean flatbread? He calls it his pita paca.
I do remember that one, and it's good. Dang it.
Highly recommend pita bread. Fantastic stuff.